Welcome back. We're looking at the elections and the results, and amid the big wins and losses in Haryana and Jammu and Kashmir, Aam Aadmi Party finds an important mention. It has failed miserably again in Haryana, where Congress has almost been handed an embarrassing defeat, to the point where BJP has managed to almost wrest the state from a party that was seen winning by most, including pollsters, who have of course also been proved wrong again, and amid what was widely seen as anti-incumbency. Aam Aadmi Party and Congress did not manage to pull an alliance together in the state. Aam Aadmi Party has managed to lose all the seats again, a repeat of the last assembly elections, in fact, even the Lok Sabha elections when it comes to Haryana. But amid this comes a big surprise. Aam Aadmi Party has managed to win the Doda seat, wresting it from the BJP, a first seat for the party in Jammu and Kashmir. Mehraj Malik, who joined the Aam Aadmi Party in 2013, is the District Development Councillor for the Kehra segment. He won the DDC polls in 2020 and has been a huge, vehement critic of the administration under the Lieutenant Governor in Jammu and Kashmir. Before we go any further, let's very quickly listen in to the conversation Arun Kejriwal had about the winning person.
पूरे देश में आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ता बहुत खुश हैं कि 5वां राज्य है जम्मू कश्मीर जहां पे अब हमारा एमएलए हो गया।
जी बस सर, आपकी थोड़ी सी प्रेरणा मिली थी, आपने कोई कदम उठाया, दिल्ली के अंदर हमें भी उम्मीदें थी, बस बदलाव चाहते हैं जम्मू कश्मीर में बड़े पैमाने पे हम भी।
आपका काम भी बहुत अच्छा है, आप पिछली बार जब आए थे मिले थे, आप बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, लोग आपके साथ हैं।
जी थैंक यू। और सर बाकी ठीक है, खैरियत से, आप भी थोड़ा कहीं बाहर ही रहे तो हमें भी थोड़ा सा टेंशन तो रही, लेकिन हिम्मत नहीं हारे, हम भी यहाँ पे बैठ के पूरी ताकत से लड़े हैं इन लोगों के खिलाफ। चलो अब आप भी आगे, मैं अब उम्मीद करूंगा, मैंने लोगों से वादा किया था कि 10 तारीख को हम एक प्रोग्राम करेंगे जिसमें आप लोगों की जरूरत पड़ेगी। मैं भी चाहता हूँ कि जम्मू कश्मीर में, चलो अब तो बनता है आपका विजिट।
मैं आऊंगा, पक्का आऊंगा, डेट एक बार फिक्स कर लेंगे, लेकिन मैं आऊंगा।
Well, meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party now is in power in Delhi and Punjab and has MLAs in Goa, Gujarat, as well as J&K now. Let's just look at what all of this means. Arun Yadav, spokesperson for BJP Haryana, joins us. Dr. Nimi Rastogi, who is a spokesperson for Aam Aadmi Party, as well as Syed Asad Abbas, who's a political analyst, as well as Madhavan Narayanan, who's a senior journalist. Thank you very much, all of you, for joining us. Well, of course, my opening remarks would be from Dr. Nimi Rastogi. Very good evening, a great day for you. Maybe actually a mixed day, quite honestly. What happened? The home turf of Kejriwal, the former chief minister, seems to have gone completely dark for the Aam Aadmi Party, but a huge historic first in Jammu and Kashmir. What's worked, what's not worked, Dr. Nimi Rastogi?
So Aam Aadmi Party is a party of a different class and caliber. You know, like, it is the party which is the most atypical party, which will not shy away in accepting its mistake, or, saying that overconfidence is not the right thing, or even, at times we say that we are learning. We are the new kid on the block who are learning from the each and every defeat and victory, etc., etc. So it will emerge as a gainer even after this election, because we bring in the fresh breath of air saying that, yes, we committed mistake. There was difference in our discretion. There was some problem. But at the same time, our cadre is stronger, our organization is stronger. In Jammu and Kashmir, we have made a new beginning. So it's a win-win thing for us. I mean, you don't know what it is to be rise from nowhere and then reach to a state within 10, 11 years where we have MLAs in 5 states, most of all Jammu and Kashmir. So Aam Aadmi Party is happy, it's learning, it's making course correction.
But
and
what happened with Haryana? Why is Haryana becoming such a difficult wall to cross over? Elections after elections, there seems to be Aam Aadmi Party that's not been able to win even one election, whether it be in the assembly or in the Lok Sabha elections.
Yeah, the state has its own political ecosystem, political climate, which is difficult to fathom. But after this election, we'll be in a better position to predict, to make, to choose better clients, and to have different strategy. So we accept that, yeah, I mean, it was a huge learning curve for us. Yes, we didn't make a mark, but
Okay.
yeah, you never know. There's a lot to come still.
Okay, and interestingly, Haryana even makes a more interesting political landscape because it's between the two states that you are in power in, Delhi as well as Punjab. So, in middle of that, and yet the Aam Aadmi Party has not been able to make inroads. Arun Yadav, let me very quickly come into you. A big win for Aam Aadmi Party in Jammu and Kashmir. It's just one seat, but nonetheless, you would concede it is a big win for Aam Aadmi Party. And while Doda is not only just a place in Jammu and Kashmir, it's also a place that has seen a lot of a recent spate of terrorist activities as well, terrorist attacks as well. And even when we are talking about that, Aam Aadmi Party has managed to make an inroad, but none whatsoever in Haryana. How do you look at that?
See, in Haryana, there is no Aam Aadmi Party because Haryana people are very intelligent. They have seen the misrule of Aam
Are you
Aadmi
saying
Party
Jammu and Kashmir people are not intelligent?
No, I'm not saying that because Mimi ji also said that, all the different class of people vote for Aam Aadmi Party. So I'm just like telling you about that. In Punjab, Haryana people see what kind of rule Aam Aadmi Party does in Punjab. They have seen like what kind of false promises on MSP and everything they makes on in Punjab. Like they give just two crops on MSP, and that is also bought by the central government. And in Haryana, they come and say that we will give MSP on all crops. So Haryana people understand that Aam Aadmi Party, on what ideology Aam Aadmi Party runs. Then what about the SYL water? Like Punjab government is in, Aam Aadmi Party government is in Punjab, but they have not given us the SYL water. And Haryana, as in the Kejriwal claims that he is son of Haryanan soil, then he should have given us the SYL water. So the point is, Aam Aadmi Party has no whatsoever future because of the misrule. We closely watch the misrule. Haryana watches in Punjab and then in Delhi. So forget about, and I would like to congratulate.
Arun Yadav ji, while you are saying these questions, let me ask you one thing, and genuinely I want to ask you this question. Let me just ask you one question. You are saying all the reasons for why BJP.
Aam Aadmi, I would like to
congratulate. Okay, go ahead. You want to congratulate Aam Aadmi Party?
For one seat in Jammu and Kashmir and for losing 90 deposits in Haryana.
Okay, all right. But one question before I go any further. Arun Yadav, no, hold on. Arun Yadav, my first question, another question that I want to ask you is, where are the visuals? Usually when BJP wins a state, there's massive celebrations. Of course, Prime Minister Modi is going to address the party workers and all of that should happen in any moment from now. But Arun Yadav, every time BJP has won, there's been so much celebrations. I'm not seeing those kind of visuals coming in from Haryana. What happened? Were you taken aback?
No, absolutely not. In all our district headquarters, we are celebrating. The workers are celebrating. If you look at in Chandigarh, our all cadre is celebrating, and we are celebrating our win in a very unique way. This time, we are distributing jalebis to all the workers as well as to the people of Haryana. And we have also ordered a pack of jalebi and sent to Rahul Gandhi also as a token of appreciation. This is a grand celebration.
Syed Asad Abbas, you'll have to come in at this point. How do you respond to what he's saying? Of course, there's a dig at the Congress as well on this, but how do you respond to this? The fact that the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress could not manage to come together, has that been a setback when you look back?
Well, yes, certainly it has been a setback. Of course, I will get into the nitty-gritties and the politics of which what we saw with Kumari Sailaja and also Bhupinder Singh Hooda. But the fact is, Mr. Arun Yadav, the able spokesperson of BJP, mentioned that the Aam Aadmi Party did not get any seats in Haryana because the people of Haryana are intelligent. What would you like to say to the people of Tamil Nadu who did not not vote for BJP. What would he like to say to the people of Karnataka? I think it's a wrong statement. He should retract his statement and make better statements. Secondly, Dr. Nimi Rastogi ji, who I heard from the Aam Aadmi Party, mentioned about the class and caliber in terms of the kind of work that the party does. That does not they belong to A class, B class. Every political party can only win with the votes of the masses. That is the point. Now, secondly, why did the Aam Aadmi Party did not win in Haryana? Manifesto, all checkpoints. They promised free units of electricity to all the domestic houses. They also gave free medical treatment, 1,000 rupees for the women. They also promised unemployment will be solved for the youth. On the manifesto front, the Aam Aadmi Party did brilliant, but they secured only 1.64%, which is not enough. Arun Kejriwal ji, in his own words, mentioned there that the overconfidence of the Aam Aadmi Party led to its debacle. He also mentioned that every election is important.
Syed Asad Abbas, and what about Congress? If it was the overconfidence of Aam Aadmi Party, was it the overconfidence of Congress as well?
I will tell you, absolutely. It is also the overconfidence of the Congress party. And also, I'll be happy to share with you that I've also contested elections, the 2018 Karnataka Assembly elections. And I can tell you, there is a lot more politics which happens within the party than outside the party. Let me tell you, two people responsible for this are Bhupinder Singh Hooda and Kumar Sailaja, the Haryana chief on one end and the former chief minister on the other. These two camps fighting amongst each other, bickering amongst each other, not forming an alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party. Had they formed the alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party, considerably the vote share would have increased. Not just that, also it would have made a good difference in many of the pocket seats there. Not just that, Congress party has lost this time and again, winning. There's, like they say, no takana or har jana. They're running a 100-meter sprint. The last 1 meter they lost. The overconfidence undoubtedly of the Congress party. The fact of the matter, they lost Rajasthan,
ironically, Syed Asad Abbas, this is not the first time that this is happening with the Congress. Congress seems to be becoming an expert at this. And let me get in Madhavan Narayanan at this point. Madhavan Narayanan, my question to you, and of course it's a complex question because there are two states really in this. You have Haryana as well as you have Jammu and Kashmir. While the party performances in the two are very distinct, very different, there seems to be an overarching similarity or principles that seem to be emerging. Now let's look at Haryana. It's literally a repeat of what happened in Chhattisgarh or Goa at so many levels. And then you have a surprise from an Aam Aadmi Party in Doda, in Jammu and Kashmir. How do you look at this? How are you looking at these results? How are you interpreting it?
Yeah, Sneha, good evening. I'm afraid I can't see you. I don't know whether I should blame the Election Commission for my feed not coming to me. But jokes apart, I think I look at it very simply, actually. I will wait for some other data details to have a further, analysis of this. But Haryana, as the cliche goes, Congress has managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory in Haryana. That is a one-liner for the day. And I think the previous speaker talking about Sailaja and Hooda not being on good terms with each other is a clincher. If you compare it with, he mentioned Karnataka elections, and if you compare Karnataka where Siddaramaiah and Shivakumar managed to bury their differences and give not only a victory for the Congress party, they managed to hold together for 1.5 years despite all the carping and the gossip. And they've also managed to set a new agenda for Congress for the country as a whole, which we thought was working in many places. But Haryana shows that it's not enough to have an agenda, but it's important to have coherence and coordination. The Jats themselves seem to be a divided lot, and Mr. Hooda was supposed to be a Jat leader leading the Congress. And we thought he had stitched up coalitions, but it looks like he's rubbed off a lot of people on the wrong side, including within his party, where it's a sort of an open secret that, the Surjewala family is not too good in getting along with the Hooda family. But at a deeper level, I saw your previous speakers spew a lot of rhetoric on this, everything from farm prices to this and that. We can always go on and on about the rhetoric, but the hard fact is that although I'll wait for some details, my understanding is that in about 20 seats, the BJP victory margin has been just around 500 votes or even less. What does this tell you? Is that the Congress party was not only sleeping like the hare in the hare and tortoise story that we all learned as children. It was also not only divided within, 10 days, Shelja was a scheduled caste. Dalit leader was not campaigning like I was saying in your show previously today.
That's
it's
right.
like not batting for 10 overs in a one-day match, which is like this. Dalits are a very important vote and historically a Congress slanted group, social group. So that is something that the Congress has to worry about. As for Aam Aadmi Party, I think nobody expected Aam Aadmi Party to win a seat in Haryana. But I was and I'm still saying it has sufficient nuisance value to defeat the Congress, especially in urban areas. So I will not look at even Aam Aadmi Party losing the deposits. I will be probably looking at the victory margins in state constituencies where Aam Aadmi Party got more votes than the victory margin. And if that is the case, then the failed alliance between the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is something that for Congress to introspect over. So all said and done,
right.
As far as Haryana is concerned, it's a triumph of, or a dubious triumph of overconfidence over methodical organization to the point that it seems like losing a one-day match in the last ball. As far as Kashmir is concerned, this other thing about Aam Aadmi Party needs to be remembered. And, people can spew rhetoric, but the fact is that Aam Aadmi Party has one power in Punjab, and we have a strong leader in Bhagwant Mann. In Haryana, they have no such projected leader, and Aam Aadmi Party typically excels where it has a strong projected leader plus a certain amount of agenda which is appealing to the people. Punjab is much more urbanized than Haryana because of the Canada and UK elections. It has much more towns, bustling towns like Ludhiana and Amritsar and, Jalandhar. So there is an urban influence in Punjab which is lacking in Haryana, and Aam Aadmi Party did not have sufficiently rural an agenda, which is a standout kind of a thing. So that is another factor. But as an ally of the Congress, they might have done well.
Okay, Madhavan Narayan, let me just get back. Also, your voice is freezing in between. Your feed is freezing in between, so I'll have to interrupt you. There were a couple of interruptions in between, but I think it was important to hear you out, so we just stood on with that feed. If my team can help fix that feed issue as well. But Syed Asad Abbas, do you want to quickly respond to what Madhavan Narayan has said before I go to the Aam Aadmi Party panelist? Syed Asad Abbas, huge questions at Congress at this point. Not just Congress, it's also about the allies that are part of the India bloc literally eating up into the votes. It's a question that you want to come to power and you just can't seem to be together.
Well,
within the party as well as within parties.
Firstly, to respond to Mr. Madhavan, I think the gentleman just merely made the same points that I did. I don't know what he finds rhetoric. Respected sir, I also mentioned about how an alliance with the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party would have led to much better results, knowing the close victory margins of the BJP.
I think in terms of rhetoric, he was talking about Arun Yadav as well as Dr. Nimi Rastogi taking on each other. But nonetheless, please go ahead.
No, he's mentioned the previous speaker. So technically, previous speaker is me. So coming to that point, okay. Now, secondly, yes, the Congress Party, if you see previously, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and there have been other states where the Congress Party has lost. They have not snatched defeat from victory. They have snatched a winning battle. They've converted to a losing battle, which is very unfortunate. The fact of the matter, we need to understand that when push comes to shove, the Congress Party needs to align together in such a way that winning the elections is most important there, and nothing matches that. The fact that if you're going to rely on certain exit polls which come in, which are not the exact polls, they need to understand putting the front of winning. You have not won. It ain't over till it's over, till the last vote comes through. So therefore, that is one lesson. The worst thing that can happen in politics is
but these lessons, my problem, Mr. Syed Abbas, are these lessons are repetitive. And I asked Madhavan Narayan this, but I think he heard Karnataka. I was referring to Chhattisgarh and Goa, but nonetheless, these are literally repeat instances that are happening. These are lessons that Congress doesn't seem to learn ever. Whenever something good goes on, there starts to be a bickering within the party for key posts, including the chief ministers, and how many times. Karnataka is an exception where they managed to turn it around. But nonetheless, Syed Asad, I'm left with less time. Dr. Nimi Rastogi, let me just come back to you. You heard what both Arun Yadav as well as Syed Asad Abbas have said. Dr. Nimi Rastogi, what is more of a clincher, the win in Doda, which the party did not expect? It came as a big surprise, I'm told, by leaders within the Aam Aadmi Party, and a huge embarrassment, quite frankly, in Haryana. Could the Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have gone in together retrospectively, and that possibly could have saved some votes that now seem to have been split in what otherwise anyway was seeming to be a friendly fight?
I'll again use a rhetoric that hindsight is always a better side, but these things are not as black and white as we assume them to be. Vis-a-vis Mehraj Malik's victory, you don't know what it means to an ordinary grassroots worker belonging to Aam Aadmi Party, because Mehraj Malik is the one whose connect with people was so intense that he made it ultimately. But around Haryana, of course, there were more other defining factors which we were not able to clinch. But yes, our vote share is 1.64%.
Is just the fact that Aam Aadmi Party and Congress could not come together and possibly a connect that was missing that you saw in Doda. But Arun Yadav, last words from you very quickly. I'm totally out of time.
It's very intriguing to understand that a party who was founded by Shri Arvind Kejriwal fighting against the corruption of Congress is now hell-bound on making coalition with Congress. So people understand these kind of theories and they know the real picture of Aam Aadmi Party. In Haryana, we have won. People have voted for progress. People have voted for nationalistic values, and people believe in Narendra Modi's and Nayab Sainiji's double-engine government and their policies of good governance.
Okay, I'm totally out of time, but let me just risk this. Madhavan Narayanan, it's a very short time to give you. I'm totally out of time, but not coming to you at all. Vis-a-vis coming to you. 30 seconds to you. Could Aam Aadmi Party and Congress have totally evaded these results in Haryana if they had come together vis-a-vis what has now happened? Though, quite frankly, anti-incumbency also may have reduced votes for BJP. Nonetheless, they still are quite ahead.
The answer is an emphatic yes. I think the Congress is guilty of overconfidence. You know, there are two ways you can win. One is you desire a victory. The other is you fear losing. There is no fear of losing that the Congress had, which has proved to be its undoing. And Aam Aadmi Party could have decisively created an image of a comeback. You know, all the rhetoric about not fighting corruption apart, right. The fact is on a lot of issues regarding the constitution and farmers, there is a convergence on between Aam Aadmi Party and Congress, which completely has been failed to be capitalized by the two
I'm afraid I'm being told to wrap, sir. Really sorry about this. But, right, Arun Yadav, Dr. Nimi Rastogi, Syed Asad Abbas, as well as Madhavan Narayan, thank you very much for joining us. Up next at 7, my colleague Shreya Padhyay takes over.
At L'Oréal,